Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you, and today we are going to do another Dylan Gemelli list. Today we're going to talk about the top steroids and performance enhancing drugs with the most hype. But before we get into that, just a big shout out and thank you to everybody out there supporting the channel. I cannot thank you enough. If you haven't yet, please like, share, subscribe, whatever you can do. It truly is appreciated and helps the channel to grow. Also, today's video is sponsored by Aura. Now, Aura is the ultimate credit monitoring service. They have the widest variety of identity theft and credit monitoring options. So what exactly are you going to get with Aura? You're going to get 3 bureau credit monitoring and identity theft protection that also has alerts. You've got a password manager so you can store and protect your passwords privately. You've got Aura antivirus software. It's going to protect you against viruses, spyware, malware, you name it, it's got you. Secure VPN so that you can do all of your work online without worried about being spied on or having your information given out. Parental controls and 24/7 US-based customer support. Look, the FBI recently reported a 64% increase in financial loss due to digital crime. That is insane. You've got to protect yourself. All Aura plans also come with a $1 million identity theft insurance policy. You can get individual, couple, and family plans starting at $12 a month. You can get up to 5 people on each family plan. So check out my link in the description below. You get a 14-day free trial. So check that out. Aura.com/PE Fitness. All right. Let us do another Dylan Gemelli list. As always, remember these lists are subjective. They are my lists from years of experience, things I've gathered, things I've observed. You may agree, you may totally disagree. That's the fun of this. I just want it to be entertaining and give you and I like to give you my reasons so that you can take them. And if you got a different reason, awesome. That's how people learn, is they go, oh, shit, okay, he brought up a good point. And then you might say to that person, he or she brought up a damn good point too. Well, maybe I should. And that's how life is supposed to work. And that's how we all learn and feed off each other and benefit off each other. And that's how it's supposed to be. It's just like a daily learning experience. It really is. So anyway, I'm not going to do the Dr. Phil moments here. I just, you know, it's annoying. And I just wish people would just learn from each other and not get so damn touchy and whatever. It is what it is. So, this list again is going to have 7. I did another list as well that had 7 on it, because when we're talking about steroids and performance enhancing drugs, we got to reach out a little bit more, and there's more options there. And you know, when I just do top 5 steroids or SARMs, I can break it down into 5s, but I had a couple I wanted to throw in here and not leave out. So number 7, I would say D-ball. Now, some of that hype is very fair. Just because I say something has a lot of hype doesn't mean it doesn't deserve it. So just understand that when we talk about it. Some of it is blown out of proportion, and some of it is most certainly not. Now, D-ball does get extra hype because everybody thinks, man, I'm going to take this and I'm going to gain 25, 30 pounds. And you might. But you're not going to keep it. And I don't think people realize that a lot of, not all of it, and you could definitely keep some things from D-ball, but you have to understand that a lot of this is estrogen conversion and water weight. And a lot of people don't understand something, because even something so basic that if you read 5 minutes, you know, it indicates you've never read one thing about it if you don't know that. And unfortunately, that's a lot of people that use it. So you have to understand that you're not just going to gain 30 pounds and then that's it. I mean, and then there's side effects and there's this and that, and that people just don't understand. So that's why I have D-ball on this list. SARMs, all SARMs will be next. And I always have felt the hype is great. Now, I will tell you this right off the jump, just like anything else. Hype gets overdone because of the way that it's marketed. And that's with anything. I don't care what you buy, there's hype on it. And it's going to make you think something is always just the way it's presented, whether it's like, I don't know, a fast food place taking their pictures and they show you the burgers coming out one way. And well, we all know, like, a lot of us, and I don't touch it, but it fucking rocks, you know, and you wish you could. It never tastes like it looks. You know, it's still damn good, but it doesn't come out like that. Well, SARMs have been over-marketed. I tell you constantly how great they are and what they do and this and that, but I've seen some places that just blow them way out of the water in proportion. I'm going to do separate videos on these places that really have no business even being around. But anyway, that's just marketing, and that's because they got so mainstream and were just totally misrepresented, and so that's created a lot of hype. Now, the other hype, people like me and other people that really love them create, but it's real hype, and it's like things that can be substantiated and backed up and proven and shown. So that's good hype. But there's good and bad, like I said. Next, T3. Now, the hype with T3, and I left DNP completely out of this list because I didn't want to fucking discuss that thing. That gets more hype probably than just about anything on here. It's so I'm not even going to discuss it. That and insulin. I don't want anything to do with that on my channel. Just know that those would be part of this, but I left them off. And I don't even want to say them again. Anyway, T3. T3 gets tons of hype, and T3 is well known to be great at weight loss. The problem with T3 that I have, well, one is that it is well overhyped because people think you're just going to, it's just going to miraculously, you're going to lose, you're not going to have any side effects, and it's just going to stay off. You start messing around with your thyroid, and don't do it properly, overdose, things like that. Don't realize this can really affect your natural production and can have a lasting effect on you. There's a lot to it. And people just think it's just miraculous weight loss, and they read that it can tear down muscle if not used properly. There's a lot of things that I'm firmly against with it. And so, while it does have a huge benefit for people that need it medically with like thyroid issues, people just randomly using it. I have a personal issue with it. You'll never see me recommend anybody use it. And I will always only say to use it, because it's prescribed to you. Number 3 is clenbuterol, which we all know that I hate with such a pure passion. And yes, I use the word hate. I don't think it should exist. I know it's a treatment for asthma, and if that works, great. But the fact that the way that it's used and the problems that it can cause people, and then the people that will try to substantiate this and come on and call you names and say this and, oh, fuck, you can use it and this won't hurt you, when they really don't get it. And they don't understand the long-term ramifications of use because they're living in the moment right now and don't get it. And things that a lot of people have problems right on the surface immediately. And more so than that, you can't use it long term. And most people gain back exactly what they lost with it. There's so many things wrong with it. There's no good hype whatsoever with it in my view. And there are some people that are going to still come in here and say things and be rude and call me names and shit like they're married to fucking clenbuterol or something. Or it's like their spouse that I'm dissing. I never understand that. I'm bringing up points that I've noticed and observed, and there's a reason I don't like it. I don't have any financial gain from telling you not to use clenbuterol or any thing inside of me that's against somebody that created it or whatever you want to come up with. I don't get anything out of that. I hate it because I know what it can do to you. And I despise things that can hurt people like that they use and don't understand the risk versus reward factor simply isn't there. Number 2, Anaphar. I believe that a lot of the hype is very fair and a lot of it is blown out of proportion. That's why in my misunderstood video that I brought it in there, there are things that people do understand and do realize that know how to use it, just get every little thing they can out of it. And it took me a while to get to that point and understand it, more so than anything else. And once I did and figured it out, it became a favorite of mine instantly with Primobolan. Like those two, it's like those two and everything else. So the hype is fair, but it does get overhyped on the people that don't understand it and think you're just going to take it and wake up and lose a bunch of weight and that's how it is. But the hype is fair. Number 1 is Tren all day, every day, and the hype is more than fair. The hype there, sometimes, like the old urban legends and people can go a little out of proportion, but, the thing about fucking Tren is you say these things and you think these things, but it can actually do it. It can let you get away with so much on your diet. It can do so many things to your body, but it can also do so many bad things to you, both mentally and physically, and that's the problem. But I'm not saying the hype is not fair. It's not like it's super overhyped. It really can do a lot of the things people claim it can do, honestly. It's like most people will blow everything out of proportion in life, no matter what. We all do it at some point, somehow, some way. And then realize later, maybe it's not as great as I thought, because I was so into the moment, you name it, whatever. But Tren does live up to the bill. There's just so many things that can go wrong with it. So anyway, that is my conclusion. That is the steroids and performance-enhancing drugs with the most hype. You may agree, you may disagree. All I hope at the bare minimum is you were entertained and you at least learned something. So that being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli, signing off.